Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome back to All the Mods 8. I set myself up with a third chest here, or a fourth chest, to organize things a little bit more, but I am starting to get to the point where we probably want to start checking out a little bit more of a permanent location. I know originally when I started this series, I said it was going to be more of a nomad lifestyle, but a little home base shouldn't be too bad, especially when we can just slash home from anywhere. So, a few things that I want to do if we're going to go adventuring to look for a spot is possibly go through and check out Ars Nouveau. Ars Nouveau. Yes. Ars Nouveau. Novio. Okay. It's a magic thing. So, what this allows us to do is create spell books that we can cast all sorts of amazing things from and allow us to move around the world a little bit better, allow us to do some different bits and pieces like launch ourselves into the air, attack from a distance. And so I'm going to spend a little bit of time setting that up and see if we can get ourselves a bit of a spell book going. So, first thing we want to do is craft a spell book. All I need is some basic iron tools and a book. I've already got the sword. I don't know whether it works with the broken or partially broken stuff, but 1 for a shovel, 3 for that, and 3 for that, plus a book should get us Yes! A spell book! Now, with this spell book, the things that I can do are very limited to start off with, but I have worked out that I can create a spell using different forms, so either it's a projectile to send it somewhere, on myself to cast it on myself obviously, or on something else at close range when I touch it. Then the ones that I have available right now are harm and break. So for example, if I wanted to, say, make a spell called mining, I can do so. If I hold down V, which is what I've set it to, I have access to 10 spells right now. And if I select mining from a distance, I can mine items. Now, the little mana bar down in my bottom left, it obviously uses a decent amount of mana per cast, but we can upgrade that. So let's start going through the Ars Nouveau. I'm going to go with that. Ars Nouveau. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's probably going to be too late by the time you do, though. And we can collect that. Creating your first spell, I've already done as well. And what's this? A mage tier 2. Don't quite have enough to make that just yet, but a little trip to the nether at some point, and we should be able to. So, next on the list is... we had one nearby, I swear. Yeah, just there. Let's collect that up. Just before it goes to nighttime, break all of this. There we go. Perfect. And let's quickly sleep for the night. So, what else did we need? 2 planks from that. Perfect. Now, I think I already actually grabbed a bunch. I did. The archwood log, but this is flourishing. Blazing, flourishing. They're all sort of the same thing, just different colors. So that's a cascading one. I can take those. And I think, dowsing rod, magic finder. Magic finder scrying when used. This allows you to see nearby magic creatures as well as helping you find amethysts. Huh. Pretty simple to make. We might make one of those. Dip-boop. Badoo. Cool. Let's just see if we can make that work. Wait. Grants magic find and scrying on use, causing magical creatures to glow and amethyst to be revealed through blocks. Can be used on imbuement chamber and enchanting apparatus to highlight linked pedestals. Oh. I just used it up. And it lasts for 50 seconds. Oh, I see. It's like a consumable. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, good to know. Ah, well, a little bit of free experience. Wait, what's the other thing it gave us? Scrying. Both of those. Very cool. Next on the list is 2 different things. And I think this is what I want to go for. This thing allows you to create different glyphs, which allow you to make new spells. So pick up items, evaporation, leap. Leap is what I want. So to do that, we're going to have to craft a scribe's table. Pretty cheap, pretty simple to make. Do 2 of those, and perfect. Now I don't think I have room in there, so let's just, yeah. Okay, so we get a random glyph. Let's see what one we get. A glyph of underfoot targets the spell on the block beneath the player. Huh. Seems pretty useless right now, unless of course it was like a, I don't know, area of effect thing like slow, not sure. But that now unlocks our tier 1, requires 3 levels of experience to be made. Tier 2 requires 5 levels, and it also requires a major spellbook. Yes, I figured as much. And this probably, this requires an archmage spellbook. So this is a novice. Gotcha. Meaning that we would need to make the 2nd level to get ourselves another glyph from up here. Cool. And I unlocked that one. So what I am looking to do is create this glyph of leap. How do I unlock it? There's a few things that we have to do. And I think that is from this, the imbuement chamber. To create one of the main crafting items in Ars, the source gem will need to make an imbuement chamber. The imbuement chamber requires source to imbue items. It produces a small amount of source by itself, but can also use source jars as a power source. Several recipes also require arcane pedestals to be placed around as well. Gotcha. Alright, I can do that. Do. Aha! Let's start nearby here. Ta-da! Okay. So, from there we need to make ourselves some source gems. Now, source gems are done by adding either an amethyst shard or lapis. I have both, but I've got more of the lapis. So if I, add source nearby to increase craft. Its crafting progress is going pretty decently fast, so it's not too bad to get started. I think I can get source from these growing crops nearby, so we'll see whether we can work our way through that eventually. We'll make a little bit of space while we're at it. 94, 96, 98. Delicious. And I can swap that over. Okay. So, after we get 2 of those, what is our next trick? Probably this source stuff. Okay. And done. Simple enough. That gives us 1 to 3 source gems too. What did we get? 1, of course. Okay. So now we can make source jars. Ars Nouveau, the power system for machines, is called source. To start collecting some source, we'll need a source jar. They can be moved with buckets. Source can also be moved with buckets or by breaking and picking up source jars. Gotcha. So a source jar looks like any glass and some of those planks. So, like that. Yeah. Smashing through it. And we get a second one for free. What did we get from that? Fire essence. Magical essence created in... Okay, that could be useful. So, there are different types. Agronomic source link creates source using the growth of plants, which is actually the one that I was thinking about. Generates source from nearby food. Okay. Storing potions. Oh, that's something else entirely. Generates source from mob deaths and animal breeding. That's cool. To put that next to, say, a mob farm. And volcanic source link. I assume generates source by consuming burnable items. Archwood logs will generate bonus source. That could be an interesting one. But first off, maybe we'll go for this one. Gold and a bit of wheat. That seems easy enough to handle. Oh boy, I'm running out of room already. Again. 2 of those. And now we've got a source link. Random reward from that too. Which was these. Give you wide star vocal. Gold nugget. Okay. generate the source from these things growing, I think. Wait, I probably need to put down the source containers. Yeah. Okay. So, these are other bits and pieces that I'll probably work on, but now it's time to make a source stone. And this is made... how? Ah, any type of stone surrounding one of those. Gotcha. Luckily, we got one when we did the thing. I've got to make some room. Wait, I'll just use my backpack for the time being. Okay, perfect. So 8 of those, surrounded by some stone. Yeah. And is this doing a thing? It is. There's stuff in there. Wonder how far away it collects the stuff. We'll see. While I'm doing this, I should also probably be making a couple of extras just in case. So, we get another random reward, which turned out to be Abjuration Essence. Nice. And the next thing is an Arcane Pedestal. I need to make 8. These are needed for ritual braziers and crafting items with an enchanting apparatus. Go ahead and make yourself 8 of them. Right. Okay. I was correct in thinking that we needed to make some more of these. Interesting. In that case, let's speed things up a little bit. We have this crop one, which will slowly do some stuff. You can see it is gathering a little bit each time one of those grows, but we did see the potential for one that generates it from this, the volcanic, from burning stuff. As it burns items, it will convert nearby stone into lava. This also generates... interesting. Okay, so how do we craft that? A bucket of lava. So, while this does its thing, I'll grab a couple more. Let's see if we can find a little lava source somewhere. Actually, just... oh, right near where we spawned, of course. So far I've barely wandered anywhere from spawn, which is, in this case, really good. Means that I can go get myself a little bit of lava. Oh, that's right. Massive dripstone cavern. And all the coal we could ever need. In fact, probably what we can burn in that to turn it into source. Doop-a-doo. Perfect. Oh yeah, first time we picked up lava. Ooh. Ooh. Wonder if we can get to that safely. Acha. Ow. That was a pillager one. What? Huh. We got a Wither Skelly Skull, Creeper Heads, Player Heads, and 9 diamonds from that. What the heck? Okay. I ain't complaining. Perfect. That was a good thing I just decided to see how deep that went when I realized that I was walking past it. Baby melons. So, now... oh, 1%. What do you know? We'll swap that over. Thank you. And damn, that's lucky. Especially the 9 diamonds, because that does mean that we can upgrade our backpack. Very nice. So, what was it again? Bucket of lava, 2 of those source gems, and some gold. Bucket of lava, gold, source gems. Cool. Another random drop of something, which looks like... I'm not sure. Sauceberry? Carrots? Maybe it was carrots? No. But it didn't even use the bucket up, which is nice. And this is generating fast enough for now. So, if we put something like that there, what happens if we use a little bit of this archwood? How does it work? The volcanic source link generates source by consuming burnable items. Archwood logs will generate bonus source. As it burns items, it will convert nearby stone to lava. Okay. Is there a way, Ars, to understand that? Let's have a look. Agronomic? That's not the one. Volcanic. Generate source by consuming burnable items. Archwood logs will generate bonus mana, with blazing archwood generating the most. As the volcanic source link produces source, it also produces heat, used for spawning lava lilies and converting stone into lava. It automatically outputs to nearby jars, starting with the one closest to it. Nearby blazing archwood items will be burned up in exchange for a chunk of mana and a moderate amount of heat. The volcanic source link will also take items from surrounding pedestals. It will occasionally convert stone into magma blocks and magma blocks into lava, giving that blocks exist beneath it in a 3x3 area. This conversion is dependent on the amount of heat it produces over time. It will also spawn a lava lily adjacent to it. Given there is nothing covering lava, lava lilies may be harvested and used for decoration. Cool. So, how do I use it? Beneath it in its 3x3 area. So if I put that down nearby, will it just break it? Or does it have to be underneath? Questions. Okay, let's create a little bit of a stone barrier around this. Okay. Oh, wait. I just throw the items at it? Interesting. Okay. So, if I just do this, that seems to be working. What about if I throw the entire stack? Okay, so it just starts grabbing them. That's good. And how quickly does this fill stuff up? Much quicker. Much quicker. That's good. And then I assume that this is going to pull from these canisters. So let's try this. Oh, the progress is so much faster. And it just uses up a bunch of that sauce. Okay. I'm getting it now. Nice. And apparently those wood types generate more, especially the blazing one, which I actually happened to come across when I first set up. Netherwood, blazing archwood. I wonder if I've managed to get a sapling. Not sure. But either way, that looks like it's burnt through all of that. And we're back up to 32%. Cool. All right. So to make these, we need source stone and one. Okay, that's not too bad. One of these at the top. Two like that. Okay, that's two. Do I have any more stone? I need more stone. Cobblestone should do. Oh, I need another pick. Ooh, a lava lily. Okay, that's cool that it actually sort of defends or protects the lava, stops us from falling in there. So I'm actually going to leave that just for the time being. There we go. What is that? Appetite. Interesting. Very interesting. There's a lot going on around here. So, I should be able to make... In fact, I probably need to make that much more. Hold on. Oh, does it need to be properly... Can't be cobblestone, I guess. Alright, we're cooking. While we cook, we may as well make a handful more of these things. And with that, yeah, look at that. It only used 1%, but it, or 2%, 3% for, okay. A little bit more than I thought. 6% for one jewel though, not too bad. And we can technically use any burnable item. So, what would it be like if we used 16 blocks of coal? 10%? 10% per block? Yeah, it looks like it. Damn. That's pretty good, considering that we got like 4 stacks of it. And now, yeah, it needs to be that stuff. Damn. Well, that's halfway there. That's full, and oh my goodness. It's going to fill up the whole thing. It actually looks like it's not picking up anymore. It's picked up all that it can, and it's just continuing to provide power with that. And making some more magma. 100% and 70%. Okay, we need to start using this up. And quick. Phew. 6 out of 8. And these are both looking decently full. Okay. Nice. This is actually a pretty cool little setup. While I wait for some more of this to cook, I do now have a little bit to do on that. So with 8 of those, I can take this gold backpack off. I can chuck it in there. Haha. Now we have a little bit more room and a lot more room over here for some upgrades, which, yes, I have 3 of these ready to go. So, sophisticated backpacks. What do we want? Probably a stack upgrade. And I don't think I'm quite at that stage yet. We might have to go searching for some more iron. We need 8 times 9, which is 72. So yeah, we're not ready for that yet. What else do I want? I wouldn't mind a feeding upgrade. And that one's potentially a little bit more doable, but I don't have any ender pearls yet. So also a little bit of a wait. We have the golden apple and we can make a golden carrot and a glistening melon pretty easily. Okay, so that may be a little bit of a wait for. That's okay. With this, we should be able to make the remainder of what we need. Perfect. Okay, so with that, we're going to get 1 random item. Now, I want to have a quick look at what I've got so that I don't lose track of it. Did I get that from something else? It was... I have no idea. Did I get anything? I already had all those and... Okay, what's next on the list? Ritual, blazer, and enchanting apparatus. I don't think we're quite ready to go onto enchanting. Crafts various items with the mod, requires source to work. It also multi-block structure that utilizes arcane pedestals to craft. So that's what our 8 pedestals are for. What is this? A ritual brazier is used to cast rituals. It can be used for decoration. If you want to light the brazier, use a light spell on it. To perform rituals, you need an arcane pedestal as well. Okay, so what's a ritual brazier? Or brazier? Source gem block. We can do that. Ta-da! What else? A pedestal and some gold. Block, pedestal, gold. Aha! Okay, that can go here. And we sleep. So, oh, that one I got some stuff. Wilden Wing. Wilden Wing, that's probably good. So now, oh goodness, there is a lot underneath this one. Tablet of, what are these tablets? A tablet used for rituals consumed on use. This ritual can change the weather at the moment's notice. By default, this ritual will set the weather to clear. Augmenting with gunpowder will cause it to rain, while lapis block will cause it to storm. Oh, so these allow us to do things. Cause nearby animals to breed. Scrying, awakening, challenge. Summon Wilden. Tablet of burrowing. Digs 4 adjacent blocks to bedrock. Interesting stuff. But what I really want to do is go into the scribes table. So now if I open back up my book, how do I check out? I want to look at the different options. Familiars. No, not the Discord either. Glyphs. Tier 1 glyphs. Let's have a look at bounce. We need some slime balls and abjuration essence. Isn't that what we got? Oh, nice. Okay, so bounce is good. And the other one that I want is leap, which requires air essence. Okay, so an imbuement chamber, ritual brazier, volcanic source. What is an imbuement chamber? Oh, it's this thing. Okay. So, if I want to make the stuff for my, which one was it? Leap? Air essence shift click for recipe. So an imbuement chamber, placing, okay, one of these, a feather, a wilden wing, and an arrow. No, that's not what I wanted to do. How does this work? Okay, let's have a look. I've got a feather, I'm pretty sure. Yes. I have an arrow, and I have one of those wilden wings. So if I chuck one of these in there and leave it in there, maybe, and instead, oh, hold on. Where is there? No, not enchanting. Imbuement chamber. Right, so this is actually something that I saw in Chosen Architects series. And I only watched the first 2 episodes just to get a feel of the mod pack itself. But this is where the arcane pedestals come into play. From here, I can put one of those, one of these, and an arrow. And now, I guess I need to make a gem from scratch with those around it, right? If pedestals are required, they must be placed within 1 block cube around the... Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so maybe it's one of these. Crafting air essence. Ooh, okay. Look at us. So, this is now used in... Right, it creates the imbuement chamber, does that. And then that... Okay, how do I make this do a thing? No. Book time. The scribe's table. To craft new glyphs, use the spellbook on the table to open the codex. Ah, that's the information that I needed. Hada! Amazing. So now, what I can do is go to Tier 1 glyphs and find... Not the bounce, but the leap. Where is the leap? Yes, select. Okay. I used up one of these wings to make that happen. Wait, where'd the other one come from? Did I do it? I somehow did it. We have unlocked leap. And now... I also want to unlock bounce. Now, this is absolutely straight stolen off Chosen Architect. Oh, it's pulling them from nearby sources. Interesting. So I must have had one more Batwing. Now, I don't have any more of the slime, but I did get a jellyfish. If I cook this jellyfish... nom nom. And it pulls it straight over there and makes it for me. We did it! So, what that's going to allow me to do is this. I'm going to make... Let's clear everything. On self... Wait, what happened to my... Oh, I put it back down. Aja! I'm going to make on self as my first one. So we're going to clear this. On self... Bounce, no, leap, and then bounce. And we're going to call this, jumpers. Now, that's it. It allows us to leap through the air and land safely. Ha ha! Yeah! I did it. That's amazing. Okay. And I think I can do it more than once. I can. But as you can see, the bounce lasts for a certain amount of time. So even if we launch once, I've got like 30 seconds of bounce after the fact to keep me safe from falling. So I could technically have just a bounce spell to stop me from taking damage from falling in general. So let's have a look at some of the other ones that I can make. Amplify. Amplify is a good one. That allows you to increase the power of most spells, can increase the harvest level of break and increase damage of spells. And it only requires a diamond pick. Crafting opens a crafting menu, so I can just use this book as a crafting table. I accidentally jumped at the bed. Right, so that means that I could technically use this as a crafting table when I'm wandering around. Conjure Mage Light. Ooh, that would be cool. That's like a torch. In fact, yeah. I'm going to select that one. Surely I've got torches somewhere. Maybe not. Let's see if it pulls it out of my inventory. It doesn't. But if I put it in here, it does. That's really cool. I actually really like that. And now all I need to do is make myself a lantern. Yeah. Look at us. Now, I should be able to go to my second spell, create a projectile, Mage Light, And I can even change the color. I'm going to make it green. Save that. We're going to call this one projectile light. We're going to call this I like the name Mage Light. So now if I hold V, I have jumpers and I have Mage Light. And Mage Light, lights up an area, and I believe it just stays there, and I can break it just by clicking on it. Isn't that incredible? So I can move around using my mana to just light up caves, find black pigs, and I never need a torch again. Isn't that incredible? Very nice. I'm a wizard. I'm a wizard. Oh, wait. Oh, this is a large area to try and jump up. Dun, dun, dun. Also, because I have the bounce, I'm just safe. Can I crouch land? I can. It doesn't even damage me if I crouch. Oh, fight 'em, fellas. I'll help. Nice work. So, now I should be able to... Oh, that was close. Let's light up this cave. Magic. Absolutely magical. Yeah. This is super cool. And super convenient. If I come down here now... Oh, we can take care of this guy. Maybe we get something lucky out of there, a bit of gold. This is amazing. And now, if I want to get out, we just need a little bit more mana. Ooh, boots. That's where things like enchantments, I believe, will come in, and a bunch of different stuff down the line. But like for now, that's pretty good. Now, before we hit our hour mark, we have managed to set up a bunch of different bits and pieces over here. Ow. I think the last thing that I want to do is make myself the amplify. And I should have enough diamond. So, a diamond pick onto the table. And with this, I can amplify my jump to be a little bit more powerful. So, when we go to spell 1, what I want to do is amplify the leap and then add a bounce at the end. Okay. Now I should jump higher. Yes. That's amazing. Oh, that's going to be so convenient for moving around. Oh my. We just need more mana. Okay. And because of that, I can just, ta-da, jump off that with no worries. I don't have to worry about hurting myself. I'll bounce around, and I can just crouch if I want to land instantly. Oh my! Where did you come from? What the heck? Okay, well, that's a thing. But with that, I think we're done with hour number 3 and episode number 3. Hope you all enjoyed this one as well. We got to explore a little bit of a new mod and start to see the potential of this this book here. There's all sorts of things. Stops the spell from resolving if the target's an aquatic creature. Interesting. So we can make it so that we don't hurt certain things. Simulate using shears on entities. Damages non-shearable entities for a small amount. Interact with stuff from a distance. Interesting. Picks up items nearby in a medium radius with this spell's activated. The range may be expanded with AoE. There's some goodies. Summon some wolves. Causes the caster to place an item from their inventory to a location. If this glyph is used on an inventory, the item will attempt to insert it into it. Interesting. Rotates a block. There's so much we can do. We can even summon a horse. But that's for another time. I hope you all enjoyed this one. And I hope you've been enjoying this little series so far. It's a lot easier for me to record, and it's very, very quick to set up and get done. So we might do a handful of these. These will be quite fun. But with that, I am going to finish it up here. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you're looking forward to the next one. And I'll see you then. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Oh, I can probably Whoop!